Here we are at the Phoenix Raceway as we go out west in the chase, our fourth chase race. It's the Subway 500, and on the pole is the 88 V-Lap right, trying to get back to Gatorade Cup Series victory lane. To his outside is the 33 Brendan Reed. Then third in the Subway sponsored car is Carter Friesen. Fourth is William Seaman and his teammate. Running up to the top five, our highest starting chaser Levi Shones. Then sixth is the points leader Griffin Lynn. Seventh is last season's champion Cole Luigi. Eighth is Trey Rainey, who won this race last season. Then ninth is Luigi Octavo, and Diego Yepez rounds out the top 10. For the rest of you, got Jonathan Beeford and Riley Spurleytooth. Then Alexander Rowe and Jonathan Reigns looking to sweep Phoenix. They have Emmett Juckham and Tim Randolph. Then there's Justin Seidel and TJ Hanley. Jake Galloway and Luke Rainey. They have Jeff Bright and Steve Larker. Steve Morgan and Stuart Gratton. That 56 team won this race last season with Trey Rainey, as we mentioned. They have Michael Canto and Michael Gregory. Nathan Stapleton and Joe Jefferson. Donovan Dewitt and Colton Yo. Then two teammates Derek Hamill and Alex Stewart. Then there's Carson Bowers and Lawrence Palampon. Brandon Tharp and Max Anderson. Then Kyle Perry and Andrew Miller. Jay Jefferson and Justin Heath, your lowest starting chaser. Then running up the field, Isaac Nichols in the 48, and Tim Geary in the 43 will be to his outside in the 42nd position. And let's go down the tracks and get the command.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
All right, boys, pace and rhythm all day today. Driver's compartment, crew chief, pit crew. Pace and rhythm all day, that's all we need.
Our 42 car field rolls off the starting grid. The car did not get going, as we're trying to figure out who the 22 Donovan Dewitt did not get going, so he will not take the green flag with the field. These guys are going to try and catch up to the back of the field now. Looks like they'll have enough time to if they hustle here. So the pace car's into pit road. 47 laps here at Phoenix. Eli Bryant in the front row with Brendan Reed in the 33. 2 is outside into the restart zone. We're racing at Phoenix. Green flag is in the air. Great start for Carter Friesen. He muscles by. Eli Bryant takes the race into turn 3. And Levi Shones in the 14 trying to follow through to seconds. They race off into turn 3 for the first timer today. Off of 4. Carter Friesen trying to lead lap 1, but he goes way up the track as Shones looks to the bottom lane. Lap 1 led by Carter Friesen. Shones and Cole Luigi and Luigi Octavo. 3 chasers down low trying to get to the race lead. Shones clears Carter Friesen, who goes up the track. Cole Luigi to second, trying to run down Shones now as they come down the backstretch. And into turn 3. Luigi with a run to the bottom lane. Gets beside Shones. The 14 goes way up the track. And Cole Luigi trying to power off the bottom lane as they call off a 4. Shones leads the lap. Great job there by Shones in the outside lane to keep that race lead. How about Cole Luigi though? It's been a while since he's won the Gatorade Cup Series. About a while we mean. It's been less than a season, but it was at Atlanta. The first Atlanta race this season. He's trying to get back to victory lane. Get back up into chase contention. And he's pulled away from Shones. He clears. Octavo now going for a second on Shones, so that's 2 chasers battling for the second chase position. As your front 3 right now are chasers. Jonathan Reigns in the 29 Retro. He's trying to sweep here at Phoenix this season. He's worked his way up inside the top 10. He's up to the 6th position, going for a top 5 on Eli Bright. As Eli takes it 3 wide, puts Carter Friesen in the middle lane. That's a little too early, I think, to do that, but Eli wants to do it. He wants to get going. He wants to get back up there. He started on pole, but Friesen took it 3 wide in lap 1 and got by. Eli wants to get back up towards the front. Here comes Trey Rainey, the 18 down low. As Jonathan Reigns clears the 88, he might be able to slide up right here, get Eli back down to the bottom lane. And Jonathan Reigns is up to the 5th position. It's up ahead. Octavo and Shones are in a big battle. Now Reigns for 4th. Is Eli Bright up to 6th. Friesen kicked back to 7th. Trey Rainey is right now in the 8th position. And your points leader, Griffin Lynn, is fading back on the outside lane of the 36. He's currently back to the 12th position, possibly moving back to 14th or even 15th. Up ahead for a second still. Octavo and Reigns, your front 4 are chasers. Luigi, Shones, Octavo, Reigns. 3 wide for a second. Octavo backs off, gets really tight there. Has to lift and let off, and Jonathan Reigns gets by easily up to the 3rd position. Eli Bright might be able to take advantage to get to 4th right here into turn 3. Octavo, whoa, Shones, a dive bomb in 3. Can he make it stick down low, or does he get tight? He had a great 3 and 4, and Shones leads the lap, but Cole Luigi is still out there, but the inside lane is preferred through 1. And 3-1 to the inside lane is preferred, and Levi Shones easily gets by the 4-2 of Cole Luigi. Now Reigns trying to get up there and get by the 14 of Levi Shones. He's going for the 2nd position on the 42 of Cole Luigi. Move Eli Bright up into this battle as well. It's a 4-horse race right now at the front. make it maybe 5, 6. Here comes TJ Hanley in the 30. He's marching his way forward. Reigns trying to get out front and lead. It's a 4 car pack at the front. The battle for 5th. Hanley trying to get there past Trey Rainey. Luigi looks to the middle. Sean's right there. Eli Bright's down low. They're 3 wide for a second down the dog leg. Eli Bright, the 88. He'll clear for a second, or he's trying to get clear for a second. Right now he's going to drive it down the bottom lane and try and make it stick. TJ Hanley follows Eli through. Luigi gets up and maybe makes a little bit of a rubbing contact there with Shones. And the 14 with a huge run off the top side trying to get clear for a second. He does. Levi Shones back to the second position. Hanley marches his way forward. He's up to 3rd. That 30 car's come to life. It's up there. Some contact. Octavo and Trey Ray go around. Riley Sprayton has gotten damage. There's Tim Randolph, Emmett Juckham. They slide up to the outside wall. And cars piling. Jeff Bright's up in the air. Andrew Miller, Jay Jefferson is backwards, Nathan Stapleton, any chasers, Jeff Bright is one of the chasers, Kyle Perry in the 47 as well, 2 chasers involved that we see, and the yellow flag is out. Reigns leads us back, Hanley got back in 2nd, with Shones 3rd, Eli Bright 4th, and Luigi 5th, and Griffin has made his way back up to the 6th position after falling back, and we're most likely going to see these drivers on pit road coming to 37 laps to go. Caution number 1. And here comes the field down pit road, led by Reigns. Hanley will be in 2nd. How about Eli Bright? He got back up to 4th, and that pole position might pay big dividends right here, as he might be able to get off in front with that number 1 pit stall. So here comes the field down pit road, led by Jonathan Reigns on the 29, who won here earlier in the season, took 4 tires on the pit stop instead of 2, and ended up winning him the race. Does someone try and take 2 this time and make it work, or does everyone take 4? Yeah, from what I saw earlier in the season, 4 tires is the way to go, but we'll have to see here. Reigns into his pit stall. Levi Shones and Eli Bright just around the bend. See what these drivers do, including TJ Hanley's already in the pits as well. Luke Rainey back there has just gotten into the pits. Reigns. Oh, they put 2 on. Reigns and Hanley put 2. What do Eli and some of these drivers do up here? Shones takes 2. Eli takes 2. And the 88 gained some positions off pit road there. He got off ahead of those drivers, so I believe he'll be able to keep those positions. And everyone taking 2 tires on pit road. So that's going to be interesting. No one electing to take 4. Maybe some drivers at the back are going to take 4 tires. They're all the damaged cars. But other than those damaged cars, everyone electing to take 2 tires, which is a very interesting strategy right there. Earlier in the season, it was won by 4 tires. Jonathan Reigns out in front. Eli Bright on 2nd. Hanley in 3rd. That'll be our top 3 for the restart. But let's see what happened to bring out caution number 1. Octavo made contact with some others. That 00, some pretty heavy damage. Jeff Bright and Kyle Perry, the other 2 chasers with damage. 3 wide going off into turn number 1. Griffin Lynn making moves, trying to get back up towards the front. Octavo's in the middle. He shoves up into the 18th, Trey Rainey right there. And into the wall, or into the 18 for Octavo, and then they just get hooked together. They go straight and up into the outside wall. Octavo and Rainey hit hard. Riley Spray Tube gets some damage right there. You have Pez with some damage. Spray Tube trying to get away, and he does. Tim Randolph gets damage right there. Here comes Emmett Juckham. He gets damage. Luke Gray does a great job around the outside, and then there's stack up from there. Rainey going around. There's Max Anderson, Justin Zeidel, Jake Galloway, 2 of the JGR cars. Actually, all 3 of them involved in that crash. Jeff Bray up off the ground. His teammate Isaac Nichols, Stapleton, Miller. Canto maybe got some damage. That's one of our chasers. There's Kyle Perry, Steve Morgan, Jay Jefferson was backwards. Jefferson finished 2nd here earlier in the season. Stuart Granton in the 56 doing a great job around the outside there to avoid the 7, some others. I'm trying to see if Canto was in the middle of all that. I don't know if he got damage. I really don't know if Canto got damage there. He has an onboard camera, so we'll see. First, we'll go on board the car that got airborne. Jeff Brent, the 5, was up top, and he had nowhere to go and just piles into the crash. Oh, yeah, he got piled in hard, and oh, Trey Rainey got flipped upside down. Trey Rainey went upside down. We did not see that from any of our camera angles. Let's go aboard the 09 Michael Canto. I believe he may have escaped big damage. Oh, he flipped the 18. He was the one that flipped Trey Rainey, so maybe he did get some big damage right there. But otherwise, he did not hit anyone else. The 47 of Kyle Perry got some heavy damage. He was in it. He might push the 5 actually into the wreck. He was right behind those drivers. From what I saw, Derek Hamill was able to get by there in a big-time way. Just drove through the middle, made it stick there, and got by. It's also going to break the double zero for Lee Jack Table, one of the first to go around. He got some pretty heavy damage as well. Yeah, nothing Trey Ray could do in that situation either. He was kind of, oh yeah, Octavo got hit a ton of times like a pinball. So then in the middle of all that, we did not notice that Trey Rainey got flipped upside down by the 09 Michael Canto. So from what we saw there, he got spun around right there. Randolph hits him. He goes up and he's going to get some others. Joe Jefferson, what a great job he did avoiding that crash. And then the 18 gets flipped upside down. Luckily, it lands back on all fours, but tough break for the winner of this race last season. Out of pit road front, the 29, Jonathan Rains. Hilly is back to the green flag with some hungry drivers behind him trying to get to victory lane. Going back green here in lap number 14, Jonathan Rains out front. From that crash, Kyle Perry, Max Anderson, Trey Rainey, Isaac Nichols, and Alexander Rowe have all retired. Lawrence Poundpound's 2 laps down. Donovan Dewitt 2 laps down. Emmett Juckham is a lap down. 34 cars on the lead lap for this restart. Jonathan Rains trying to sweep. He's out front. Eli Bright trying to get back to victory lane. Second, TJ Hanley is third. Levi Shuns fourth. Points leader Griffin Lynn fifth. As we're back racing, green flag, and Rains gets a monstrous restart and gets away from Eli Bright and on back. Yeah, Eli may have been caught sleeping there on the restart, and he goes up the track and slowing down second on back even more as they come down the backstretch. Shones peeking for third. He wants to get back up towards the front. Lynn might take a 3-wide right there. He had a peek, but gets back up in line. Shones now going for second as he gets underneath the 88 of Eli Bright. Maybe a car in the middle of the pack was slower there with damage. Eli gets clear. He's back to second. It's the battle for third still. TJ got the good run off the top side, but Shones is still down there, and Griffin Lynn giving the drafting up to fellow chaser Shones. Back there, a little bit of contact. Buford and Code Luigi in a big rubbing match for the 6th position. Jonathan Reeds, meanwhile, is trying to pull away from that battle for second on back as Eli Bright, Shones, Hanley, and Griffin Lynn are in a huge battle for second. Eli up the track along with Shones. Griffin Lynn trying to take advantage of that. Eli trying to get clear of the 14 to turn 1. I don't think he's going to quite have it there. Shones with the hard run to the bottom lane, but gets taken down low and has to let off. Eli gets away. Oh, they are checking up hard on the bottom lane. Oh, Hanley. These cars are out of control up here. Eli gets away as they are now squished 3 wide for the 4th position. Buford, Lynn is in the middle lane. Hanley is up top. Cole Luigi is seeing this. He's one of our chasers. Stuart Gratton is seeing this. They're almost 4 wide down the front stretch. They're still 3 wide. That'll start when the 14 Shones got really tight down low and had to let off, and then Hanley was all loose in the middle of all that. Craziness. Luckily, they sort that 3 wide out down the backstretch. They're back down to double file at the front. Rains and Eli Bright pulled away. Now they're bound for third. Eli Bright started on pole. Rains started in 13th. Here comes Buford to the inside of Griffin Lynn, trying to take a position away, trying to get back to victory lane. Trying to spoil the chasers' party, or what these non-chasers are trying to do right now. Look at that 3 wide. Hanley forcing a middle lane. And that's not what Griffin Lynn wanted to have happen right there. As he's going to get sent back in the outside lane. Cole Luigi might be able to take advantage and get a position right there. One of our chase contenders. Moving to the inside of those drivers. They're bound hard off of turn number 4. Code Luigi down low trying to get away. Hanley trying to get positions here. Griffin up top is like, man, oh man, just get me out of this mess. I want to keep my points lead. Finish the race. And Hanley and him are rubbing. Up into Buford. Buford sideways into Code Luigi. They're saving their cars. 4 seconds. Shones on Eli. Levi Shones, a great run through 3 and 4, but tight down low. Eli brought the monstrous run off the top side. Can he get clear? Can Shones keep it to that bottom lane, have a shot for second? Off into turn 1. Oh, contact with Eli. They were rubbing there off turn number 2, and Levi Shones might be able to take advantage and get to the 2nd position. He does. Levi Shones up to 2nd. Eli right back to 3rd. William Siemens made his way up to 4th out of nowhere. And Code Luigi back to 5th, 4th, 6th. Griffin Lynn trying to repay the favor to Hanley. Trying to get a position back. And there's that good run off the top side, but Griffin Lynn might be able to keep it beside him into turn 1, and he does. Contact with Hanley now as they come down the back stretch. 2nd, 3rd, 4th are all lined up. They're going to try and run down here, get the drafting up and run down that 29 Jonathan Rains. If they stay lined up, they could possibly get it done. But Rains, we've seen here at Phoenix this season, he gets out front. He is just destroying the competition. Rains just been so great here. That 29 team so great here this season. It's shown here. They started 13th, and when they won this race earlier in the season, they started on pole. So this is not like earlier in the season. They had to come from the middle of the pack and get up here, and right now one of your chasers doing pretty well out front. In fact, the front two are chasers for third. Seaman drives underneath Eli Bryant in the 88, but Eli with that good run off the top side trying to get clear, and he does. Eli Bryant keeps third. Colucci to the outside for fourth there, and William Seaman goes to the bottom lane, and Eli still for third. They battle side by side down the dogleg. They're going to catch Colton on the 15 here, as Jonathan Rains will be the first to do so. Colton was about 160 off into the corner. They're going about 10 miles an hour faster, give or take maybe 7 to 10 miles an hour. The caution has come out. Wreck on the front stretch. Brandon Tharp in the 24s in the pits. His day possibly done. They're racing back hard here. Seaman tried to get to second, but will have to settle for third right there. As Jonathan Rains leads us back to the stripe. We'll have to deal with the restart here late in the race. Brandon Tharp in the 24 has gone around his day, possibly done here at Phoenix. With Justin Heath also in the pits. I don't know how this happened. Some weird event happened here. Tharp is up on the bottom lane. Oh, something happened to that 24 car and got into the 34 Hamilton chasers. Justin Heath got damaged, and Joe Jefferson as well. So 3 chasers got damaged and all that. And the 3 chasers that probably could not have used it the most. As something happened to that I'm almost wondering if a tire went down on me, spun it around. It's a very bizarre crash right there. Let's go on board Derek Campbell, see what he saw. It wasn't much. He has some pretty heavy left side damage, but hopefully he can be able to continue on in the race. I'm almost wondering if the rear tire did go down that 24 with how fast it kind of snapped around there on him. Joe Jefferson in the 39 got on board. He got a little bit of damage. Oh, that's some pretty heavy left front damage right there. It's kind of the same damage that Justin Heath suffered right there as Heath got into as well. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty hard contact right there. Back in front, Phoenix Dominator Jonathan Rains led us back to the caution flag. Also leads back to the green flag, but he has some hungry drivers behind him trying to get back to victory lane. There'll be a solid 20 laps to go when we get back to the green flag. And from that crash, no cars retired. Colton Yule is 4 laps down. Brandon Tharp is 2 down, along with Lawrence Palpon and Donovan Dewitt. 1 lap down, just Ethan and Emmett Juckham. We now have 31 cars on the lead lap, so if you're on the lead lap and you're a chaser, you're doing pretty well for yourself as some of the other chasers falling laps down. Out front, Jonathan Rains in the 29, trying to hold on and sweep here at Phoenix. But Levi Shawn's a hungry chaser trying to get back to victory lane in the Gatorade Cup Series and help his chase causes. He's second. William Seaman is trying to get a Gatorade Cup Series win. He's third. Eli Bright's been so long since he's been to victory lane. He's going to try his best in fourth. And Colucci trying to get back-to-back championships. Fifth, Griffin Linear points there set to restart in the 6th position. Hanley 7th, Carter Freeze in 8th, Buford 9th, and Grattan 10th. We're back racing. Green flag is back out. Range with a pretty decent start there, but Jones did stay with him into turn 1. That's the key here. You have to get a good enough restart to stay with that 29 car. You cannot let Rains get out there and get away, because if you do, he's probably going to keep that race lead. For fourth, Luigi and Eli Brent the 88. Eli did not get a good restart once again, and Luigi's going to try and take advantage. Eli might pay the price for the lead. Jones on Jonathan Rains. Thinks it's time to go. He wants to get out front. He wants to get that clean air. Side by side with Rains into turn 1. We saw in the Target Series race yesterday, the front 2 made contact, allowed third on back to get by, and those front 2 ended up finishing 4th and out of the race. Jones clears Rains, new race leader. Levi Jones on the 14, trying to get his 5th win of the season. But Rains right back in line with a good run off the top side. He's riding to the back of Jones. He might look to the inside again. This allowing third place William Seaman to close in. They're side by side again for the race. A little bit of contact. Chasers racing hard at the front of the field. Seaman and Bright, 3rd and 4th, lurking in case these two have some sort of altercation. Jones goes way up the racetrack, trying to get that big timer off the top. Rains back out front with now 17 laps to go. It's almost like he's unstoppable. He's dominated the race, led the most laps. Jones got by him, but then Rains gets it right back. Now, they can't be bound for second and all that. They have to stay in line and try and work together and get up there, although Eli's looking for third. He wants to just get every position he can at this point, get one spot closer to the front in case caution comes out. Colucci's thinking the same thing. He's going for 4th. Cole wants to get there and get by Shones and Reigns because those are two chasers. He also wants to get away from Griffin Lynn in case Lynn has a peek to the inside. Your points leader, Cole is trying to get every point he can on the 36, whether it be 1 point, 2, or 3 points. Once again, that outside run for Eli is working pretty good for him. Eli trying to keep caution back out, and Reigns has to deal with another restart. This time, Brendan Reed and Steve Larker, Jeff Bright again, and Colton Yo again. 4-car crash on the backstretch, and it brings out another caution flag, and another restart that Jonathan Reigns will have to deal with. Lift Levi Jones on his back bumper. Tim Gary also involved, so about 5, maybe, oh my gosh, this is a big crash on the backstretch. Zidell, Jefferson, so many cars involved. We'll see what happened. This start inside the top 15. Tim Gary and Luke Rainey rubbing. Gary's way up the track. Rainey's about as high as he can go there. He's out of the groove already. And Gary gets connected with Luke Rainey into the wall for both those guys. Hard damage for the 2. Around goes to the 43. Around goes to 33. Carson Bowers right there gets some damage. And it's on from there. Derek Hamill misses it right there. Although, Zidell hit the 21 hard. The 43. Here comes some. 39 hard. That's some hard hits right there. Colton Yo. Reed up on his sign, up and over. Another car on their lid here at Phoenix. And Reed actually drives it away, if you can believe that. Look at this from a few different camera angles. Just another hard crash here at Phoenix. Hamill did a great job down low, getting by. He's going to gain some positions off of that, but Joe Jefferson and Jeff Bright, 2 of our chasers, involved again. And not good for their chase points. They were actually towards the bottom of the chase points list. They have not had great chases. Contact into the wall there, as you can see. Reed goes around. There's Bowers getting into it. Luke Rain drives away, but he's going to have some pretty big damage. Hamill did a great job of avoiding that 33. Right there, 33 goes up and over. Jade Jefferson and Emmett Juckham just need to find a hole through the middle. They're able to escape it. Let's go on board Joe Jefferson, the 39, see what he saw. His day done, and another bad chase finish. Not what he needed. Canto did a great job in front of him, just hitting the gas getting around the outside. Joe Jefferson a little bit more cautious, and apparently the track was blocked there at the end. Going aboard Derek Hamill in the 34, he was able to miss this. Even with that damaged race car, he's still in a pretty good position. Hard on the brakes, he's able to miss it right there. Does lose some positions off of the guys on the outside, but he gains position off the drivers that crashed. And one more on board Jeff Brent, the 5, involved once again. Oh yeah, just all checked up there, and that's possibly the end of the day for Jeff as well. Jonathan Reigns has dominated this race, but once again, another restart have to endure, and another restart with Levi Jones behind him. Jones had a pretty equal car to Reigns all day. It's going to come down to this restart with about 10 laps to go, maybe 11 laps to go here at Phoenix. 11 laps of racing to go. And from that big crash, Colton Yo, Carson Bowers, Tim Gary, Justin Zidell, Joe Jefferson, a chaser, Nathan Stapleton all out. Steve Morgan is also out of the race, but cars are laps down. Lawrence Palmpon, Brandon Tharp, and Donovan Dewar are still 2 laps down. Jeff Bright, Justin Heath, and Emmett Juckham are all 1 lap down, which leaves us 30 cars on the racetrack and 24 on the lead lap, and a ton of them with a ton of damage. A wild Phoenix race this has been. Jonathan Reigns, 11 to go for this restart. Can he hold on, dominate, and sweep at Phoenix? Shones in 2nd, Seaman 3rd, Eli Bright 4th, Colucci 5th, Griffin Lynn, your points leader, still 6th. As we get to the restart zone, we're back racing, and once again, Shones does not let Reigns get away, and Eli Bright, once again, another bad restart from the 4th position. Yeah, Bright has not had great restarts all day. Even the start of the race, he got past 3 wide in the bottom lane. Shones got tight there. He's in a bad position, and down the dogleg, he might pay the price. He might fall to his 3rd right here. Seaman's trying to get 2nd. Colucci was going to grab 4th. Back there's Eli Bright once again, paying the price for another bad restart. Griffin Lynn might move to 5th. Shones, power move off the top side, trying to clear William Seaman. Keep that non-chaser back there. 10 to go at Phoenix. Shones is back to 2nd. Seaman fighting back on the inside lane. A little tight there for the 6th. Griffin Lynn past the 4-2 Colucci to be your 3rd highest chaser. Lynn up to 4th. Luigi back to 5th. Spray 2 for 6 on Eli Bright, the 88. Up front, Jonathan Reigns has pulled away for the battle for 2nd, heating on. Luigi's fallen back to that battle for 6th now as he's fallen way back. 5th, 6th, 7th in a battle. 8th is TJ Hanley, Carter Friesen for 9th. And Stuart Grant in 10th. That's your top 10 here at Phoenix. 4 2nd, Seaman back to the inside of Levi Shones. Does he have the run? 8 laps to go this time. Seaman back to the inside, Shones. 14 of Shones way up the racetrack. Down the front stretch, 8 laps to go. Side by side for seconds, allowing Jonathan Rains to pull away a little bit. Lynn is in the middle of this battle. Where does he go? He might go to the middle lane right here. He's trying to get by Shones and get some more points. Down the backstretch, Seaman clears for second, but Jonathan Rains has gotten away for third. Lynn and Shones side by side. Shones does not want to give up another chase point right here. Lynn wants another chase point. Koldewicz back there in 5th is trying to fend off Riley Spurgeon, Eli Bright, and some others to try and catch up to this battle between 2 chasers for the 3rd position. Yeah, it looks like that 42 car's just gone away from him there at the end. With this battle behind, they've not been able to line up and try and run down Jonathan Rains, who's kind of kept it out there. It's 4th second. Griffin Lynn drives it to the inside of William Seaman, and Lynn trying to get all the way up to the 2nd position. He's side by side with Seaman into turn 1. And he clears. 6 to go. Griffin Lynn does 2nd. He's going to try and run down Jonathan Rains to be the highest chase finisher. Jonathan Rains Griffin Lynn has had such a great chase this season. I'm trying to get another great finish here today. Shones trying to get back by William Seaman in the 6th. Gets tight down low. That's the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. As Koldewicz has gotten up here, he's joined the battle. TJ Henley back up to 6th. He's gaining lost ground. Riley Spurgeon bound with him on the outside lane. Koldewicz got tight. He's falling back to this battle now. Now it's a 5th, 6th, and 7th battle. It's TJ Henley, Riley Spurgeon, and Koldewicz all battling here. But Code with a great run off the corner. Gets clear of that battle, as it's still Riley Spurgeon and TJ Henley battling. Now 4 to go. Can Griffin Lynn run down the 29 of Jonathan Rains, or can Rains get that broom out? Coming to see 3 laps to go. Koldewicz for the 4th position on Shones. Make the 3rd highest chaser right there. He's going to get it right here. He had a great run through 3 and 4, and he gets it. Koldewicz to 4th and your 3rd highest chaser. Right now, 4 of the top 5 are chasers, so that might be 3 of the top 5 in a moment, because Riley Spurgeon has moved to the inside of Shones. As up ahead, Jonathan Rains just has to make it 2 more laps, and he'll win once again at Phoenix. Griffin Lynn is trying everything he can to get another victory this season and increase his points lead. 2 laps to go in the desert. Rains up the track. Lynn a little bit lower. He's gaining definitely, but does he have enough time to get to the back bumper and try and dive bomb in 3 and 4? That would be his last ditch effort. He can gain enough right here in this next half a lap. He can try dive bomb in 3 and 4 and try and make it stick. Well, he's definitely closed in. It's going to come down to this white flag lap. One more time around for Jonathan Rains. Can he hold on? Can Lynn get by him? It's the battle for the race win, but more importantly, it's the battle to be the highest finishing chaser. Off of 2, Lynn has closed in down the backstretch. It'll take a dive bomb in 3 and 4. I don't know if he's close enough to make it work. Off into 3. Rains trying to hold off Lynn. Lynn trying to get that run off the top side. Off of 4. Get the broom out. Jonathan Rains dominates once again in the desert, and we'll get back to victory lane at Phoenix. Rains back-to-back wins in the desert. Statement by Jonathan Rains. He knows how to get around this place, but Griffin Lynn, once again, another great result. Back up into the 2nd position, and we'll keep that points lead and probably extend it. Next high chaser, Koldewicz in 4th. Shones all the way there at the end, kicks back to the 7th position. Let's go check the finishing results. Jonathan Rains once again reigns victorious at Phoenix. Finisher results from the Subway 500 at Phoenix. There are 3 caution flags for 12 laps and 6 lead changes among 4 different drivers, as Jonathan Rains once again dominating the desert, leading more laps than he did earlier in the season, leading 39 of the 47 this time, and then he started 13th, so he definitely had to work his way up there at the beginning. 2nd, Griffin Lynn extends his points lead. He's looking a lot like Koldewicz this season. William Seaman in 3rd, a great result for him in the middle of all these chasers. He ends up 3rd. Koldewicz in 4th, and Riley Spurgeon in 5th. Then TJ Henley in 6th. Levi Shones had a pretty good car. He ends up 7th after leading 4 laps. Carter Freeze in 8th. Eli Bright was not good on starts and restarts all day. He falls to 9th after starting on pole. He didn't even lead a lap. And Jonathan Beeford rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. So many drivers had problems here today with crashes, as there were 3 caution flags, and all of them were pretty big crashes. 21st to 40th. Only 24 cars finished on lead lap and only 30 finished the race running. There were that many crashes and so many chasers having bad days. Joe Jefferson once again another bad day, putting him down and almost out. Justin Heath, Jeff Bright, some pretty bad days. Kyle Perry finishes 42nd, not the day he was looking for. It's at the right side of the screen are the point standings. I imagine Griffin Lee has kept it, but it's probably a big dogfight for second because Griffin Lee could have a bad race and fall. The beauty of this point system is always going to be close, and you can still recover even after a bad race or two, or even three. We saw last season when Cole Luigi had 3 or 4 bad races, and he recovered and still won the championship. So it just shows how lenient the system is, how forgiving it is. So the next race will stay out on the West Coast. It'll be at All Club for the Sony 500. It's going to be one wild race. Definitely going to be a wild card in the chase. See you guys then.